this week's What's My Line panel. First, our very own champagne man. He's popped his cork. Soupy sails!
Thank you, and thank you, Chet Gould. Well, I said it before, and I'll say it again. Melba Tolliver.
Ran out. And now one of the most quoted men in Manhattan, Leonard Harris.
Yes, I do call this next woman a woman for all seasons. And the reason I call her that is I fall for her every time. Arlene Francis.
Oh, lovely. You know what? The redcoats are coming, and here's one, Larry Blyden.
I would say by now, Arlene, that Leonard has seasoned you well.
Very good.
Yes, do we have any more days in this week?
Yes, we do, and I won't tell you how many because why should I do that? But I'll tell you what I will do.
You'll
I
bring
will
out the
ask our
contestant.
first challenger to enter and sign in, please. Fred Bazinet. Where are you from, Fred?
Lake Worth, Florida.
Okay, panel, Fred Bazinet sells a product, and we'll show the audience what his product is. And let's start with Arlene Francis.
Thank you. Is your product now, or has it ever been alive?
No. One down and 9 to go, Soupy.
Is your figure less than Greek? Wait a minute. Fred Bassinet, can we rule out you sell bassinets? Yeah, okay. Is it something that's worn, Fred?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Is it worn more by men than by women?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Melba.
It is
Try and cheer up a little bit, Melba.
worn by human beings.
Yes, it is.
Uh-huh. Is it... that lets out women. That's what Leonard Harris said. Is it worn by both sexes?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Leonard.
Let's see. He said men more than women.
Right.
No, both sexes. Is it worn by women?
Yes, it is.
I almost want to change that to females more than males, but is it worn by women outdoors as opposed to indoor, as a rule?
As a rule, yeah.
Yeah. You're from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Is it something that would be worn more characteristically in warm weather than in cold?
Yes.
But that was an uncertain yes, so that doesn't make it something like a bathing suit, I would say. Is it something that is an outer garment?
Yes.
No. Well, now
We
we've
would
got
consider,
Oh.
for our purposes, we would consider it an outer garment when it's worn.
How about when it's not worn?
When it's worn, I, for one, would consider it a useless garment. But
It's an outer garment when it's worn. And is it worn, or is most of it, if not all, worn from the waist up?
yes.
is most of it worn from the waist up?
That is, as I
it's-
look at
It's
it,
hard to say. It depends, Leonard.
I don't know what to say,
Well,
but I'm going to try. Is it something that could be worn to the beach?
Yes.
Also could be worn walking about the streets?
Yes.
It could be,
But
but,
you're warm, but
not
you're
in New
warm.
York. 4 down and 6 to go, Arlene.
Are we going to stay with the beach then? Should we stay with the beach?
Yes.
Would it be best? Is it something other than a bikini?
No.
5 down and 5 to go, Soupy. Now then,
Is it
Soupy?
some kind of bikini?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, as soon as you tell us what it's made out of and how it's made, well, you got it.
Oh, it's made out of sandpaper in case you get an itch. And it's some kind of bikini that's made out of something.
Right.
Okay, we got to find out what it's made out of.
Right. How it's made.
Steel.
How it's made, Soupy.
How it's made.
How it's made.
What do you mean how it's made?
How can I say that in another way and convey the same meaning?
How is a bikini made? Let me count the ways. Okay. What do you mean? Are we looking for what kind of material it is?
No, I just said not the material. How
it's made.
Right. Soupy, I'll go for that because I know you're not eating spaghetti. It's crochet.
Crochet. That's what I meant.
Fred and his wife, Ruthie, started Bus Line Originals, makers of a line of crocheted bikinis, among other things. Are your bikinis crocheted by hand?
Yes, they're all crocheted by hand. My wife, Ruthie, is the originator and designer of each. And she works out the originals and then writes patterns to hand to ladies that are confined to the home throughout South Florida.
Is crocheted, isn't there a chance that it'll sort of stretch out of shape?
No, this is a revolutionary new miracle yarn. It's
And
called,
just in time, I would say.
Yeah, it's Fentex hand knitting yarn. It's non-allergenic. It will never stretch or shrink or feign or stayed.
Fade or stay?
No, it won't stain or fade.
Now,
either.
why do you call your company Bus Line Originals?
Well, it's a takeoff from the bikini bus, which many people may have seen up and down the East Coast.
Is that this? Is that it?
Yeah, that's a.
Get a shot of the
photograph
little
of
bus.
the
It's
bikini
kind of
bus.
cute. Lloyd, can you get a little shot of the bus there?
We
That's a
originally started off with this vehicle of ours
Yeah.
when we first moved to South Florida with hopes to retail, and then we found out that it'd be a lot easier to market our
Now, you know, I've never
line.
seen a crocheted bikini in the flesh, so to speak. And we've persuaded Fred to show us one, so here is Fred's wife and partner, Ruthie, wearing a Bus Line original of her own design. Can we open the curtain, Lloyd?
Oh, darling.
This is
Thank you, Ruthie. That's really lovely.
it's Ruthie's first original, the
Yeah.
lacy bikini,
Yeah.
and it comes in about 25 really wild colors.
That's really marvelous. And then it has a
And,
little poncho goes with it?
Yes, that's the beach cover. That's a three-piece outfit. The beach cover covers the lacy bikini.
Okay, thank you,
Underneath.
Ruthie. That's really nice. Thank you. Where does something like that cost, Fred?
They retail in small independent boutiques throughout South Florida and soon up this way too, we hope, for $30 and up.
They're really
And
nice.
they'll be available along with other things in the line, like halter tops and a crocheted evening dress.
Okay.
And people can just write to Bus Line Originals, Lake Worth, Florida.
Okay, that's terrific. Thank you for being
Thank you
with us,
so
Fred,
much.
on What's My Line. We'll be back with more of What's My Line right after this message. Thank you, Chet. It's time now for our next challenger to enter and sign in, please. Keith Woolgar. Where are you from, Keith?
Peoria, Arizona.
Peoria, Arizona. Panel, Keith Woolgar and 5 other young men traveled a distance of 41 miles in an unusual way in order to set a new world's record. We will now show the audience the record they set. And we'll start the questioning with Melba Tolliver.
All right, thank you, Larry. Keith, how many other young men were there? 3?
5.
5 young men. Did you... you made this trip other than by foot, is that correct? I mean, you didn't walk this distance.
That's correct. You do not walk.
Did you travel on some sort of vehicle with wheels?
No.
1 down and 9 to go, Leonard.
There were a total of 6 young men.
Right.
Was there teamwork involved in your locomotion?
Yes.
Would the teamwork be 3 pairs of 2?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Arlene.
Was it done on something other than land?
No.
I gotta know.
3 down and 7. I was thinking about
Wait a minute. This is a traumatic thing for Arlene. She got to know. See how? See, it happens. Yeah, it makes you a little nervous. No, we ruled out that she asked. It's so odd that she gets a no. I don't know where to start. Does that mean that it wasn't done on land?
It was done on land, is what that
It was done on land. Well, did you use your feet on this thing?
I lose my feet?
No, I didn't say that. No, that's the bad news. The good news. No, I mean, was it done on your feet?
Sometimes.
Was there any time when one of the 3 of you would be off the ground?
Yes.
Would you have done this, say, piggyback?
No.
Well, what a great idea.
4 down and 6 to go, Melba.
Soupy.
Oh,
Does that mean that part of your travel was some kind of, with some equipment that involved flight?
No.
5 down and 5 to go, Leonard.
Was this essentially a problem of human locomotion rather than having to perform any task while you were doing it? Was it a question of just getting from one place to the other in some way, rather than taking showers, swallowing goldfish, or doing anything like that as you were going?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. But it was not in 3 teams of 2.
Right.
It did use teamwork. Did it involve your carrying or partly supporting another person for some of the time?
No.
Well, there's an element of it in there, Leonard. Wouldn't you say? Just a
Well, yeah.
tiny
Maybe.
little element of that in there, yeah. So we'll give you a yes on that
Very
one.
tiny.
Please push ahead.
You'll get your chance. I just
Oh, I don't want a chance.
that makes 2 of us. The team, did the team involve all 6 of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you do it on a road?
Well, yes.
Yeah, that is on regular highway or road, whatever way it
15 seconds?
took to get. Did it involve 3-legged or tying of legs together?
No.
6 down and 4 to go, Arlene.
Did you make some kind of a chair with your arms?
No.
No. I tell you, we're going to throw.
was it
them all
on
over.
a stretcher?
No, it wasn't on a stretcher. You gentlemen, why are you being so levitatious, Soupy? Why
You
can't you be
kicked
serious?
along.
You suggested that, and you suggested piggyback, frivolous things like that. They won the leapfrog distance record. This is serious. That isn't some dumb thing.
That's
like
right.
piggyback.
I
You
want
can
to
see that.
apologize. I want to apologize, Keith, you and the rest of the gentlemen.
Okay, Keith Woolgar, together with 5 other boys, set the new world leapfrogging record by leaping and frogging 41 miles in 29 hours. Now, who were the other leapers?
They were.
They're laid out.
They were friends who go to school with me, Carl Kutnick, Matt Barron, Stan Yamamoto, Mike Stengel, and Ken McKenzie.
How about that? What was the previous record?
It was 40 miles.
Now, where did your attempt take place?
We did it around a parking lot in a shopping center in Phoenix.
Now, did you ever get to rest?
Well, depending on how many, we started with 14 guys leaping. It dwindled down to 6. Depending on how many, it was an average of about a rest every half mile.
How did you decide to do that?
I don't know. I heard about it on TV one time. Some guys tried to do it, and I figured I had enough crazy friends that would do it with me.
Now, did you have any goal in it besides just breaking the record?
Oh, yeah, we accepted donations for a local drug abuse control center.
Well, that's marvelous.
We raised $140.
That's
That-
terrific. That's really terrific, isn't it? Now, I'm sure the vast majority of us have never experienced a leapfrog record in the breaking, So to rectify this lack, we have some film from the news department of KTAR, Channel 12 in Phoenix, Arizona. And if we could roll that now, please, Lloyd, and Keith will explain to us what's happening. There they are leaping.
This is about the 20-mile mark when it
Oh, they
was,
can hardly make it.
when it was dwindling down. That's why we look so dead. This is about half our team.
Now, why are your backs so dirty? Just from being jumped over?
Well, we were wearing gloves. We did this on asphalt. The temperatures reached on the asphalt. This is in Phoenix, Arizona. We did it up. The temperatures were like 110, 120 degrees.
Ooh, wow.
That's me getting cooled off.
Now, that's a person who can't get up, or what? Is that you?
Yeah.
Up, up, up.
There's Carl's knees.
And you had to wear knee pads, naturally, because
Oh,
you're
sure.
kneeling on asphalt. That's a tough way to earn $140. Thank you for being with us.
You, Larry.
Okay, it's time now for the special feature of What's My Line, the
Oh.
appearance of our mystery guests. So it's blindfold time, panel. Are they all in place?
They certainly are.
Then would our mystery guest enter and sign in, please? Okay, panel. We'll go one question at a time. Fate's law prevails. You have 2 minutes, and we'll start with Soupy Sales.
I don't want to get involved. Oh, that was a marvelous ovation, mystery guest. Is that because we would recognize you from your work on television?
Parlez-vous français, monsieur?
I said, Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu.
Vous ne parlez français?
We would say essentially no. Soupy, Melba?
No.
No. Not essentially television.
Are you in the in show business or the performing arts?
Vous ne parlez français? Oui, no. Oui, no.
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 Leonard?
Are you a writer? That's the end of the question, right?
Yeah.
Arlene?
What was the answer?
Yes. Was the
Yes.
answer. Arlene?
Are you do you write for newspapers?
Oui, oui.
Oh, more than that.
Soupy?
Oh, well, then it must be that lad from Ohio, Earl Wilson.
Oh,
You're turning around. I must say something.
About my French accent.
Yeah. No, I did a club date a few weeks ago with Earl Wilson Jr., and he's some kind of good singer.
Thank you very
That's
much.
Earl's
Thank
son is a good singer.
Better than you are a Frenchman.
Yeah, Frenchman.
Earl, what's it like? I mean, I don't think most people know what you really have to do your job. I guess they go to nightclubs and whoop it up, but what do you do really?
I get up about noon, and I go to work, and I do a lot of interviews and visit a lot of theaters and nightclubs and go to cocktail parties. And right now, for example, Broadway is a very busy place, and I got a thrill of going to the theater, to the Minskoff Theater, and seeing Debbie Reynolds get a standing ovation in Irene. Now, here are 1,600 people, matinee, mostly women, stand up and cheer this lady who's just done this wonderful show. Nothing funny about it. It's really really gave me quite a kick. And over at Seesaw, John Gavin and Michelle Lee, and that's a great show, too. The thing is, I have to go around and see all these things and refresh my memory on
Now,
them.
what about nightclubs? Do you have to go do that a lot, too?
I would if there were any left. There are very few nightclubs around anymore, and the Copacabana's future was a little indefinite the last time and that I checked into it. But somebody asked me what my favorite night spot was, and I said bed.
Do you get to stay in it much, or do you have to get up and go out and meet press agents? and people?
Well, I formerly worked till 4, 5, or 6 in the morning. There used to be, in the Winchell days, a dawn patrol when these fellas never wanted to go to bed till the sun was up. But those people are all gone, and there isn't that much enthusiasm for nightlife anymore. And I find that I can often get to bed at 2 or 3 in the morning, which is...
That's wonderful to get to bed so early, isn't it?
Well, I have a doorman in my building who generally sees me come in, and he checks me in at home. Now, there's one early riser in our building who gets up at 6. And one day, I came home, and he said, he was out already walking, and I said, he said good morning to me, and I said good night to him, and neither one of us was kidding.
Earl, thank you for being with us on What's My Line. Come back and play with us. We'll be back with more of What's My Line right after this message. You know, Earl is a marvelous guy. He's been writing that column probably as long, if not longer, than anyone writing columns now, except maybe Leonard Lyons.
But there are very few gossip columnists left, and he really is, I think, one of the last of the kind.
Yeah, but he manages to have a column like that without saying anything bad about anybody.
Yeah, he never does
really
say
good.
anything bad.
Have you ever been interviewed by him?
Yes.
He's nice, huh?
He certainly is.
I think so. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you around the pool hall.
This is Ted Gould speaking for What's My Line, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. This program was recorded